oh boy, if the previous episode and initial kickoff of the season is anything to go by, this is going to be a fun one. Both the art style change and I think I saw a bit of neat animation in there as well. This season, Accelerator centric, is going to hit quite a lot of the right buttons. Both with a slightly dark tone, hopefully Accelerator going through the same sort of growth we saw in Index 3, and many more people trying their luck. If it's not for some sort of financial gain, maybe just a show of strength, prove they can stand up against Accelerator. We all know how that would go. I also wonder how much of this season is going to be him delving into the mental trauma of realising what he's done with the sisters. One day in September. I seriously hope this isn't exactly what it looks like. Some quite heavy water sounds there. We seem to have... heart and lungs have stopped. Ah. Oh no. So, going around... This is worse than I was imagining. I thought... just... wow. In a much more horrifying... DA... in much more horrifying manner than she was imagining, but Jesus fuck. So we've got a group that just goes and nets bodies out of the river. If there is some ability used to them, repurpose them into some sort of soldier. With or without their... original host or consciousness. It seems apparently better without. But with Accelerator being the main point of this season and the shit that we've seen him do so far, I guess the dark underbelly of everything is exactly what we should be expecting. Yeah, let's not forget that we ended the previous one with a necromancer, as it were. From his screams, I would have assumed he would have been hurt a lot more than that. Just don't run through any graveyards or mortuaries. How many times are we going to have anti-skill rolling through neighborhoods and like that, fully armed? Searching for anyone in particular, or just... Security droid. If just ducking down behind some stairs is enough to be... Is that the temporary measure? Yeah. They've just kind of curtained off the hole in the wall. At least it seems as though they've swept up the debris from the roof collapsing. Just trying to enjoy himself there. I mean, they are on stairs. Getting them to fall down is going to be relatively easy, but they weren't expecting to just be ambushed like that. Oh, hey there. And the fact that he's not even looking up. Maybe if he did look up there and saw the photo, that would have been of interest to him. Well, there goes the mask. I suppose, you know... his cooperation of not interfering. It's Accelerator not having any trouble is kind of what he wants. And also, them just leaving evidence and shit there on the floor. Well, you didn't avoid contact, you avoided conflict with the patient inside the room. And with codenames of various shit to use, coffin? I'm guessing it's some sort of like restraining device or method. It seems about right. It seems as though the ones in charge have never been out on the field. Oh no. The ones we're seeing are previous interactions. All this red light is quite telling. While she's in custody, while unable to act, yeah, you're the good guys. Yep. Okay, so these, either anti-skill are really branching out in what they're up to, or these using that as a guise. Yeah. Accelerator standing in the way there. Not so indifferent anymore. If a civilian the thing is, yeah, Accelerator doesn't have to give a shit what they do or say here. Yeah, if it was just a civilian, why need to raise your firearm? You don't need to tell him. Just like Accelerator has just learned the name of a new organization to tear apart. Oh, you poor, poor sod. Even if he is evil, he doesn't deserve this. The retaliation of Accelerator. Wow, his aim is terrible. At least the helmet did some work in protection. I guess anti-skills equipment isn't too bad. I'm guessing that's what they took it from, at least. I think I've seen that in, like, Spider-Man or something. If crushing him with a van and shooting him with high-caliber rounds doesn't do anything. You just have a fucking mech in the back of that truck? Ah, that's Coffin, is it? I see. Possibly. Or at least there might have been. Yeah. Considering Accelerator's past and his... I'm guessing it's taking a bit before then, because he was still healing from the gunshot wound, but... It's his entire arc thing to try and protect at the minute. To overcome the... him only using the skill to kill, as it were, before. I really hope we're getting a lot more of that voice acting. Yeah, if you call him evil, he's going to pull out the big guns and play into that role. They've really kind of walked into the wrong room when they apprehended the necromancer. How could anyone survive that? While laughing like a maniac as well. Just, how many parts is he going to dismantle it into? Nothing like a good squeal while he's doing it. That would be a cause for him to cease the... Oh, he has significant trauma. Cease the chase. And now what, is Accelerator going to be lumped with... appearances notwithstanding. Why would someone who brought that, started a huge commotion of a giant robot and everything, stay at the scene and sit there? At least now they know that they've got some people rolling around in their armor and their... When was it formally processed? Question the rescue team. I mean, going from all of that, from what you've seen, okay, quite an extrapolation of data there to kind of understand it. But if we go against the whole moral issues revolving around it, it's kind of interesting technology. Using the deceased's brain to actually bring out shit like that. Well, you just happen to go up against very unlucky first encounter. So you've just got to have a stronger test subject. He doesn't seem too upset about losing the coffin or letting it slip what they're actually doing. Waste recycling experiment. Hang on a minute. You not only lost the big robot, but also the reason you went there in the first place. Is he going to have to take place in this waste recycling? When... Huh? Oh, fuck. Well, that's what dissolving sounds like. But you could do that over not only a distant... I want a big frog toy. Not only over a distance, but over a phone call. He couldn't sleep. Well, he's not really going to be worried about his own health. Yeah, and after seeing the photo of her, of course he's going to maybe want to keep a closer eye on her. Seeing that there are parties interested in her again. He's mellowed out so much. But now there's quite a lot to discuss. You may want to lead with why you had the photo. Get him really on board. Or she's really kind of backed into a corner. Otherwise he would easily be able to overlook it. How much did he really want to hold on to his villainry? If they were just using the deceased, it's still wrong. At least there's a moral question about it rather than what we saw. If that's the resolve she has, that's just how much she believes in fighting back. I mean, he has a reason to get involved as well anyway now. And if it means that he won't get annoyed when he's trying to sleep, he'll just go and smash him now quickly. Get back before it's too early in the morning. We didn't hear this, I don't think, in the last one. But yeah, Accelerator's... I like it. Anyway, Accelerator's own brand of heroics, which gets the job done, regardless of how many it leaves in its wake. As long as you're not just some bystander. If you're standing against him with animosity, you're in the firing line. I do like that whole villain turned anti-hero kind of thing. I wish I could travel like that. It'd make getting places easier. But the idea of controlling the dead to bring out power, we've had people with no abilities to speak of try to find ways to gain some. And really, if their plan was to take the girl who jumped off the bridge, she's a criminal, suicide is a crime, therefore whatever we do is perfectly legitimate. First off, it's attempted suicide, so she's not dead. So you've just committed murder in cold blood. I see you hold yourself legally distinct from the law because you have justice on your side. I see how DA operates. For the sake of good and justice, I will destroy evil to the point where we actively enact everything we're trying to dispose of. Great fucking ideology. But I guess that's what, extremism in any form can really lead to. They probably see themselves that they're doing the right thing, which is actually more terrifying. It's good that Accelerator was the one they came up against. I can think of a few other characters that probably could have stood in their way and done something, but the whole, oh, you want to erase evil, do you? Well, I'll show you an evil that you can't escape from. And with that one agent guy, kind of now little more than a puddle, is one of the other two, maybe the one that wasn't in the van that went, going to get a promotion? Congratulations, you're now the leader, whether you want it or not, and all the responsibilities and consequences that come with it. But if the first episode was to get you into the idea of this series, Accelerator, and people willing to go to extremes to fulfill their ideals, like going into a hospital, start tearing shit down. This second one has gone a bit overboard. I don't think any of us were really ready for at least the first 5 minutes. And if that's where we are now, how deep does later episodes get? I'm going to be willing to find out, because why wouldn't I be? It's setting up an interesting premise. Accelerator still being the hero in disguise, I guess, that he's trying to pull off. If you impede on his day or cause any sort of inconvenience, he will come down with full might of... I don't have a metaphor. Work one out yourself. His current power level. All I really know is that whoever gets now put in charge of that team needs to wipe down the seat, get back on the phone, and tell everyone about Accelerator. Because he's about to come knocking. If you enjoyed this one, let me know. Leave a like on the video, maybe a comment down below. Consider subscribing to keep up to date with every release, especially if YouTube is trying to hide my channel. Maybe join onto the Discord as well, just to make extra sure. And there's some fun stuff over there sometimes. But for now, get yourselves a bit of rest. See you in the next one. If you want to scrape up the corpse of my channel and put it inside a big iron box to help actually do something once in its life, consider joining onto my Patreon, because the likes of Electricand, Noku, Raywin, Kite, Sao, Shiwan, Mads, Gurley, Cardboard, Croyville, Ginterman, Jennifer Rojas, DeFiro, Alvin Garsang, Enrique, Defender of Segs, Moaha, Dark Shadow 7899, and everyone else have really forced some life back in me and the channel. So if you want to be the formaldehyde and other fluids keeping this channel from rotting away, consider joining on as well.